separate. Okay.
Start with a poem from Antonio Machado called Is My Soul Asleep? Is my soul asleep? Have those beehives that work in the night stopped? And the water wheel of thought, is it going around now, cups empty, carrying only shadows? No, my soul is not asleep. It is awake, wide awake. It neither sleeps nor dreams, but watches, its eyes wide open, far off things, and listens at the shore of the great silence. My soul is not asleep, it is awake. What are we doing here? We're waking up from the illusion created by the that we do that by learning how to see again. So, got a reading today from Jack Kornfield, his thing, Meditation for Beginners. The practice of meditation does not ask us to become Buddhist or a meditator or a spiritual person. It invites us to fulfill the capacity we each have as humans to awaken. The skill of becoming more mindful and more present and more compassionate and more awake is something we may learn sitting on a meditation cushion. But this capacity for awareness helps in computer programming, playing tennis, lovemaking, or walking by the ocean and listening to life around you. In fact, to be really present is the central art of all other arts. And so one of the ways that I'm coming to think about things is that when we are first born, we come into the world, we're awake. We're pretty much in our prefrontal cortex. We're out there curious about life, exploring, investigating, not questioning our worthiness, feeling joy at the expansiveness that's in front of us. And that the more we get wounded, the more we start settling into the monkey mind and the PTSD part of our brain. So the study of PTSD has really led us into an understanding of that kind of nightmare that we live in our adult world, where we're constantly trying to maintain our place in the world, that we feel like we're constantly under threat and need to be vigilant. And hence we're only viewing the world that lens of threat and unworthiness as what's her name calls it, Tara Brach, the trance of unworthiness. And so what we're really doing is learning how to control and hack our brains, get us out of that traumatized part, out of the illusion that we have to prove ourselves and have to protect ourselves, and back into that natural ease that a child has in the world that we call sukha. So now we struggle. The struggling part of your brain is the amygdala, and then your forebrain is the place where we can be awake. So what does that mean? What are we awakened to? What is it? We awaken to what the Buddhists call Dharma. And this is an interesting word. Dharma is the Sanskrit and Pali word that refers to universal truths, to the laws of the universe, to the teachings that it describes. And in this sense, finding the Dharma is quite immediate. It is the wisdom that's always present to be discovered in this moment. It's different than waiting for God to come down in a cloud of glory. So in meditation, we're not looking for revelation. We're not looking for something divine. We're not looking for something supernatural to helpful way to what we see. The Dharma of wisdom that we can awaken to is the truth that's right there. When we let go of our fantasies, okay, that's the future part of the monkey mind, and our memories, that's the past. And we come into the reality of the present moment. And when we do that and pay careful attention, we start to see the characteristics of the Dharma in the very life that we live. One of the first characteristics of Dharma that shows itself in meditation is impermanence and uncertainty. Thus shall you think of this fleeting world, it says in one Buddhist sutra. Think of the world as a star at dawn, a bubble in a stream, a flash of lightning in a summer cloud, an echo, a rainbow, a phantom, or a dream. The more quietly you sit, the more closely you observe, you'll realize that everything you can see is in a state of change. Ordinarily, everything we experience seems solid, including our personality, the world around us, our emotions, thoughts in our minds. It's as if we are watching a movie. We can get so caught up in the story until it seems real, even though it's actually made of light flickering on a screen. And yet, if you focus very carefully on what you're seeing, it's possible to see that the film is actually a series of still pictures, one frame after another. One appears, then there's a slight gap, and then the next one appears. The same thing is happening in our lives because that is so. Nothing in our lives lasts or stays the same for very long. You don't have to be a very adept meditator to see that everything is changing all the time. Have you ever been able to get any mental state of any kind to last very long? Is there anything in your life that stays the same? We listen and he talks about that line. I can't remember whether that line is from the Diamond Sutra or the Heart Sutra about the flash of lightning. I've been reading a book entitled Wandering in Eden, and it talks about how scientists have come to see the world. So when we talk about learning to see, when we learn to see, to talk about what do I see when I'm not engaged in my fantasies and when I'm not being controlled by my past memories, well, that's what science has been trying to do. And as science has begun to pare back some of the thoughts, this is what they begin to see. In place of old fables, we have called for facts. We've looked to science for them. We've rejected all the old ways of religion. Science not long ago asserted a material universe. It said the nature of things was to be discovered in time by empirical material means, with heads unbowed, with unshielded eyes and minds, unclouded by vapid dreams of God the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, of angelic hosts in faraway and future heavens. We could walk with the aid only of objective science, firm-footed upon a solid earth. But science itself has now taken that ground from under our feet. We are now told that which is a shell floating on the infinitude of that which is not. I want you to listen to this. These are from books on the science of science. These are what the subatomic physicists are telling us reality really is. It's a shell in the infinitude of that which is not. The universe is a surface of a soap bubble, exactly what the sutra said. The bubble is blown, the soap film is empty space welded onto empty time. In space, there are no directions and no boundaries. Without things occupying it, space is nothing. Matter is simply a convenient formula for describing what happens where space isn't. That matter is simply a way of explaining where space isn't, what's happening there. All galaxies, stars, planets, and human beings are manifestations of disturbances on a tenuous sea. I love that line. All the stuff that we take so seriously are manifestations of disturbances on a tenuous sea. That's the reality we're being asked to ground ourselves in. There are waves, streams, ripples, flurries, and a ceaseless change. Henri Bergson, the philosopher, said our logic, born of solids, is a logic of solids. What then can be logically said of the shadowy world that we inhabit? The frank realization that physical science is concerned with a world of shadows is one of the most significant advances science has made. In the last analysis, the material world fades. It yields to a round of unreal phantoms. The final substance of nature, far from being a substance, is only a complicated disguise. The stuff of the world is mind stuff. And by mind, I don't actually mean mind. And by stuff, I do not at all mean stuff. All righty then. So there is a place. And I think what the Buddha basically said when he says there's a way is he gives us a reassurance that in spite of everything that I've just said, that with all our efforts to know, we come to the realization we can't know. And with all our efforts to control, we come to the realization that we have no control. Or then what are we left with? And we're left with two fundamental possible responses. One is awe. And I've decided next week to take a break and actually talk about awe and what science is finding about awe and the particular kind of awe that gives you the will to live, to keep on going, which is something that we really need right now in this time as a reminder of. I just finished reading a book that was on the whole question of why don't we commit suicide? That whole existential thing, the only question is, why do I continue to live? And if we listen to our wounded brain, we get caught in that thought and we can't find a logical reason to continue because there's nothing positive against us to give us hope. And yet when we shift into the forebrain, we begin to have a sense of wonder and possibility. The very spaciousness that intimidates the ego, that frightens the ego, the blank page, the empty day in front of us, becomes something exhilarating, not something to be avoided or dreaded. And so what meditators reassure us is that if we can stop and unlearn what our brains have been trained to do in terms of to fear, to control, to try to understand, if we can sit long enough for that to empty out, we can rediscover the simple joy and wonder that's at the very heart of the universe, that we begin to see that that whole ocean that we're looking out there is at play as we watch the seagulls, as we watch the dolphins, as we watch the terns and the sandpipers. There's no struggle, there's no effort, there's no sense of the tragic, no sense of having to earn the place. There's none of the suffering we human beings do. It's simply a joy in that chaos that's unfolding that can't be named, but is. And so as we sit today, I'm going to invite you to, as you become present to your life, begin to feel the resistance in your body, begin to feel the efforts to control, begin to feel the urge to do something, all the impulses that see if you can really enter into this moment and see what it's about when it's not something that you're dreading, when you can actually see it as it is. So let's go ahead. We'll kind of Corinne came in.
Sherry.
Who else? Beth. There's Beth.
Sherry. Oh, she's
I
gone
got
again.
Cherry, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Ready?
So if you'd like, take a deep cleansing breath. Loosening the diaphragm, chest, the throat. See if you can directly sense all the tensions that you've accumulated while you were unconscious. The way the body reestablishes its defenses without our permission. The jaw tight. The face set as a mask against the world, shielding our vulnerabilities. The hands clenched, the butt tight. The gut hardened. Without judgment, allow compassion to express itself towards the wounds that you carry in your body. Not something wrong to be fixed, but something hurt that needs to be loved. Allow your heart to feel gratitude for this body that's carried you through so many battles, so many joys. Softening the body to better receive the present moment. As you let go of the struggle with the body, continue to soften, bringing your awareness to all the sensations that are always there that you keep out of your awareness. Feeling your body as a field of vibrating energy, not an object. Waves of energy from the world around you, creating resonances and dissonances with the waves in your body that you experience as senses. Feeling the energy around you. If you notice yourself wanting to control or wanting to understand, if you find yourself leaving the present moment for any reason, simply bring yourself back to presence. Fully present in the present. Experiencing your awareness as a field of change. That everything is in constant flux. sensations emerging out of nowhere, staying for a while, then vanishing. Thoughts emerging, then vanishing. Emotions emerging and vanishing. Feel any tightening against this process, any desire to resist it, to control it, to have it be different than it is, and see what happens if you can soften to it. Allowing yourself to be carried on the flow of change. See if you can catch the moment of resistance. And know it as fear. And make a choice to let it go, to soften, to reestablish presence in the moment. I am safe. As you soften, begin to explore the possibilities that these very energies that you've been fighting could actually nourish you. Heal you, restore you. Allow yourself to sense the space around you that's as much you as your body is. Perhaps you're an inside-out bubble. Allow your awareness, your senses to expand into the space. Awareness carrying you from horizon to horizon without limit. Letting go of the claustrophobia of identifying with the body or an ego. Allowing thoughts and emotions and sensations to float in this vastness that is your true body, field of awareness. As much as the spirit is exhilarated by this spaciousness, the ego fears it. We constantly run from this freedom into captivity in the body and the mind and the wounds. And open to receive the gift of spaciousness, simply being. If you find yourself stuck in your pain, stuck in your mind, allow awareness to know that the answer to your suffering is right in front of you. Be grateful to yourself for having the courage to face the fears and begin to explore the possibility freedom. We're all called, few are chosen because they lack the courage to do what you're doing, to face the defenses and the hardenings against reality and let them go. To do the painful integration of the past. Allowing those energies to flow through you and out of you at last, emptying you so that the energies of life can flow in and restore you. One breath at a time.
Hi, everyone. It's Julie. Bart, thank you. I'm really enjoying this series, I guess, as you had maybe called it, Back to the Basics. And the simplicity of your teachings is very attractive for me. Today, I have to laugh. I mean, many things you were saying struck me, and I've done it before, but I didn't understand it until today. I So when you're lecturing at the beginning, I'll write just a quick little note in a text to myself, and so I'll put your name and the time, so it'll say disturbances in the sea of whatever you said, and I'll and then I'll put Bart 9:15, and I have all these sayings of Bart and the number like it's the scripture, and so I love it. So I just had a good laugh, and I just wanted to share that. And thank you for the recordings. I really appreciate the service that you're doing in recording. So thanks, everyone.
Thank you for that. He's the one who makes that.
We blinked out for a minute.
Yeah, we just had a lesson in impermanence.
That's good. That's good.
Bart,
Yeah.
your meditations are so good that I noticed that in every one you have a nice calmness, almost a subconscious knowing of what we're going through, everybody that sits with you. And they always have a couple of really good teachings that help me stumble through meditation until next week. So I thank you.
Well, thank you, Sharon. That's sweet. And it's always on a day like when you sit out by the ocean day after day after day, and you detach from all the chores and detach from demand and all that kind of stuff, and begin to settle in. It really assists you, and so it's not. It needs to be noted that people, when they do find them, free themselves from society, places like this, places of.
I'm still thinking about the inside out bubble. They lost video, didn't they? No internet in Florida.
Hello? Am I audible?
Yeah, I can hear you, Pat.
Okay, thanks. I just have
Yes.
I have a brief thing that I would love to share, because when Bart talked about kind of the amount of energy we experience trying to get validation, that really strikes me, because I'm a writer and I'm constantly thinking I should be trying to get things published, but I'd rather be writing. So I just want to share something that helped me to understand better I guess what the empty day is exhilarating is the thought that I will have from Bart that I'll keep, because every empty day has that power. Okay, so this is a quotation from Steve Edwards, who is on Substack. I understand about the desire for validation. Will anyone care about what you've written? Will anyone even read it? But allow me to humbly submit that the person you became in order to write whatever you wrote, well, the emergence of that person matters more than any validation. Do you hear what I'm saying? To write the thing, you had to become a whole new person. You made yourself new again. Don't miss the miracle.
Bart and Linnell, your connection is just crap.
Well said. Just well said.
That's a technical term, crap.
It is. It is. It's the one that all the IT people use at work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can attest to that.
Only solution they can offer is reboot. Reboot.
Yes,
Have you unplugged it?
right. Yeah, power cycle. That's
Yeah,
what I
that's right.
call it. Whatever you do, power cycle.
Mhm.
That's what we need to do with ourselves, isn't it? Unplug our brains, just let the empty day
Yeah.
permeate, and that power cycles us.
Last night was the new moon, so that's a real good time to reboot and be brave into a new beginning.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. The very powerful week coming up. Apparently, I've been reading a lot about what's happening with all the planets, and it has me very excited. I don't know what's coming, but I'm excited.
Ask Drew, he'll help.
I'm almost scared to ask Drew because that's like I don't know. I read my father passed April 25th, and the very first page of my Gemini astrology book for April is very focused on April 25th this year. And so I don't know, something's going to happen. Or maybe nothing.
I can't believe it's been a year.
No.
I can't either.
Jeez. Wow.
Feels super
There
weird.
it is. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. And no coincidence that you'll be focusing on awe next week.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow and awe.
That was not planned.
Yep.
Wow and awe.
Universe takes care of it. You know,
Yep.
Yes.
Thank you, Tim.
Oh, thank you, Tim.
Thank you, Tim.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should wind this one up before we
before
blink
we
out
blow it
again.
See, there's fear right there.
There's fear.
Yeah.
All right.
No, we're not.
Yeah, don't
We're
leave us to our own
fearless.
devices.
We're fearless.
Unattended meditators.
It is what it is.
Yep.
We are on our devices right now. So
There you go.
Can I just say one thing right quick?
Yes.
what was that?
Please go.
I said, can I say something right quick? I was really sick last week. I developed an infection at a wound site where I had surgery. My daughter has not acknowledged the text that I had to go to the ER at all. Not at all week long. And the one person that has called me every day are Bart and Linnell.
Oh.
Now, the thing is, you think your family is your family and that they have to be nice to you, but it's not true. We have other families, and I appreciate this family, even though I don't speak a lot. It has really helped me, and so I just wanted to say that.
Oh,
Thank you, Beth.
Yeah. It
Wow.
really is true. So and again,
Thank you, Beth.
when you begin, Don Juan was one of the people I read, or like whether you believe he's real or not, it doesn't matter, because the teachings stand on their own merit, whether they're who said them. Doesn't matter whether there's a guy named Jesus who said what's in the Gospels. What's important is that what's buried underneath all the crap is something very fundamentally true that we need to discover. But he talks a lot about finding your place of power. And the thing that we've lost by not tuning into our own bodies is we don't know where we belong. We keep trying to find out where we belong through things. And this is the biggest thing my clients wrestle with is they want to fit into their families. And everybody's story is the story of the ugly duckling. It's not just a cute story. It's that you are a swan that was raised by a bunch of ducks who didn't understand what you were about and taught you that you were ugly. And part of what this whole process is reclaiming the fact that the universe brought you into being, that you are an expression of that sacred life force energy and inherently worthy just the way you are. as Hafiz says, it's time to accept the fact that everything you do is holy. You're not going to get there. You're never going to be more sacred than you are right now. What you might do is to become less worried about it and less trying to worry about whether your folks get it or not, or the people at work get it, or your kids. They're not going to get it. You don't even fucking get it. And you spend all the time with yourself. How do you expect someone who only spends a few minutes a week with you to understand who you are and accept who you are? So again, remember, once you come into this place of acceptance,
Hello.
you can begin to
Housekeeping.
housekeeping. Just
Sorry.
you can begin to let go of that and find your true family, and that's part of what we do. You know, we resonate with each other. We're each other's kind of crazy, and the only significance of that is that it kind of encourages us to let go of trying to be different. And I love that. I mean, look at the permission we give each other to simply be, without pretense, without fear. That safety is so fundamental. You know, whether it comes from a group, whether it comes from the ocean, the mountains, whether it comes from a teacher or a meditation center, the important thing is find the place where you feel safe and then use it. Use it to drop the defenses, to soften, to open up, and to keep practicing that. So, yeah, what's a gift we give ourselves each Saturday? It's precious.
That's beautiful, Bart.
Yeah. Well,
So true.
well, thank you. I was hoping
true.
we got closer to true than beautiful, but they really aren't separate. So I'll take it.
No.
You would just say, wow, that's Bart, 9:55.
There you go.
It's the whole thing. Oh, well.
It's easy. It's the same thing I say every week.
Ah.
Anybody else?
I am on a current journey to continuously remember that my family is not going to like me, and that's okay because other people do.
Yep.
And that's all right. They just, like you said, Bart, they don't know me. They're a bunch of ducks. And I don't know if I'm a swan or not, but I'm certainly not a duck.
Well, at least a goose.
The
And Bart,
meditation helps me, stay in, and y'all help me remember that.
Awesome.
Thank you, Chair.
Okay.
I find I find my family of choice to be more loving and supportive and compassionate toward me and willing to understand my quirks than my birth family was ever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I
And
feel
Bart, all of this is for me to feel all of that for myself, and the group is offering me a safe place so I can find that safety and compassion and love and acceptance of myself. And it's so odd, but I find it through all of you, but it really, it's the safety. I have to be 100% safe in myself, and this journey with you is helping me have that through the safety of the group. It's kind of an interesting. Is that the inside outside bubble? What
Yep.
someone
Yep.
asked that question.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Kev
well,
Mo's
and I
got,
feel so fortunate that as I was growing up, my family was not a safe place for me to be. But we have resolved that, and it's wonderful to spend every Sunday we get together and talk on Zoom, and it's another Sangha.
That's nice.
It's amazing. I feel very fortunate.
That's great.
That's great.
Well, and 3 out of 4 of us participate in this, which is just amazing. It's deepened our connection to each other.
Oh,
So thank you.
Yeah.
What a service, Bert. No.
And that reminds me, every week I keep saying, if you know people who want and need to be here, invite them. If there are people that you resonate with and think could use this space, don't hesitate to open it up and for them, let them join.
I just want to say families are difficult, but have the courage to face the fear.
Yep.
You know, it's important because you were born in that family, and you know we all think about planets and how they line up and whatever not, and how things are not coincidence. It's not coincidence that you were born into that family. Don't let it go. And it's difficult, you know, but have the courage to face the fear. Look, Drew just said what a wonderful thing happened in his family. I'm sure that wasn't easy.
Well, I just happen to be the luckiest guy because I have the most wonderful sister in the whole entire world who loves me, and I have this whole family of choice who love me and accept me for who I am. I had a mom who was just the most wonderful, loving person. So I'm just the luckiest guy in the whole world.
Too. Me too.
I was able to expand my family through Tim, because Tiffany's now part of our
Yeah.
Yes.
family, as well as her sister. And again, that all happened through this Sangha. So thank you again, Bart.
Thank you all. I mean, it's, yes, thank you.
I want to know
But
if your puppy dog is with you.
No.
No.
We're going to get him tomorrow.
Dear. Okay.
I cannot imagine what it's like. We have him in a kennel.
They frown on dogs at the beach, you know.
And the kennel is got an 8-foot ceiling, and it's probably about 4 feet wide, and it's huge. It's for big dogs. And
Yeah.
our dog weighs 17 pounds. He's a little dachshund, and he looks like he's in jail. It is the most pathetic thing in the world to see this little tiny dog go into a giant thing and know that he's been in jail for a whole week. It just breaks my heart. But
They love
they
him.
love him. They
let him out in the
bring him up
lobby.
office, so we got to
Well,
get
next time, leave him with me.
Well, we
There you
leave
go.
him with Yamuna.
Yeah.
Because we will. We got people who love him. Let's go ahead and bow out, homie.
Yeah.
Get to Omen.
Okay.
Get
Breath
home.
in.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
Wowzy, wowzy, wowzer.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, wow, wow.
Love you all. Have a great week.
What
Love
a
you.
great
Thank you.
Everybody.
Great weekend, everybody.
You
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Yeah.
Love you all.
Thanks,
Happy
Bart
Thanksgiving.
Manel.
Bye.
Thanks.
Love you. Y'all have a great rest of your trip.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
The beauty of the beach, the
Thanks.
peace.